Hey guys, how you doing? It's Dane. I got Nathan down here today.
How's it going?
And we're at ZIMM'S Guitars. We're in here on a Sunday. That shows dedication, man. That's real dedication to this. But we're not the casino. Don't get us confused with those casino guitar guys. He doesn't have a beard. My hair is kind of messy, but we're gonna show you guys a guitar. Nathan brought one in.
Yep.
Let's check this thing out. It's a cool one.
Alright, so we got a cool one today, and we haven't ever done one of these on the channel before, but this is a Danocaster Singlecut. It's a Telly style guitar.
Danocaster.
Yeah, Danocaster, made by a dude named Dan Strain. And these are, in my opinion, the closest you can get to a vintage Fender without it being an actual vintage Fender.
Okay.
So the dude hand makes all of these guitars, like does the finish on them, does the neck finish is just absolutely insane. Does the neck carves like specifically how he wants. He partners with a couple boutique pickup companies to pair the exact right pickups for each guitar. Okay. So this one has Lawlers in it, which of course have a great reputation, but Lawler partnered with Danocaster, and these are wound to specific specs of Danocaster.
Dude, let's set it up here on the counter. Let's get up close so we can see it real nicely.
Cool.
Hey, we got Dave down here today too. Let's have a discussion about this thing.
Cool. So, as I was saying earlier, these are some of the most authentic relic guitars that you can get. For example, we'll start with the neck.
Okay.
And I'm going to compare it a lot to a custom shop Fender because this is a new guitar, but it's kind of like a custom shop Fender where they're making it to be like an old guitar. And if you look at the back of the neck, there is finish on the back of the neck, but it's just sunken into the grain and it's just like nice and worn in. Whereas Fender, you'll clearly see the lacquer stop here and stop here, and there will be nothing, bare wood on the back of the neck. That does
look weird, huh?
So it doesn't look the most authentic. It makes for a nice feeling guitar, but even then, you know, you're playing on like a raw piece of wood on the neck, you know. Whereas this one, you still have that feel of like a nice worn in like nitro finish. And I guess he uses like French polish on the necks. So I don't think it's sprayed on. I think it's rubbed on, which is what gives it that feel, you know. And this one has a slab rosewood board. So it is a slab, it's not a veneer. Which this is modeled after Robin Ford's 1960 Telecaster. So single ply white guard, transparent blonde finish, and slab rosewood board, staggered pole piece pickup in the bridge, and this one does have just your standard three-way, no dark circuit or anything. So.
And you were saying, where did you buy this thing at?
Okay, so this one I actually got on Reverb.
Okay.
Because this is actually from 2014.
Okay, it was built in 2014.
So they have Dan. I'll kind of give you the quick rundown on Danocaster and what he did with his company. So he started off building guitars for himself. So many people liked them that he started building them for other people. And then he started getting wait times up like over a year for each guitar. You know, if you wanted one, you had to wait over a year to get it. And you could fully customize it to your specs. And then in 2019... he got so overwhelmed with that, and I guess just started hating doing custom orders and stuff, that he closed Danocaster down and said, I'm not building any more guitars ever again. And then in 2020, he opened back up and said, I'm only going to build guitars that I want to build. So you can't custom order them anymore. You can't buy directly from him anymore. You basically get what he wants to build, and he builds a lot of black guards and white guards, some strats and some offsets, you know, but for the majority you'll see strats and tellies, you know, black guards and white guards for the most part. But there's only 2 dealers worldwide. There's LA Vintage Gear, and there's also Amelia Island Fine Guitars, which is in Florida. Okay. So there's one in LA and one in Florida. So I was just saying before we started filming that I kind of took a shot in the dark on this one. I have a couple buddies that are like, look, man, and they all have vintage fenders and stuff, like real white guard tellies and black guards and stuff. And they were saying, look, the Danocasters are literally spot on. The neck shapes are perfect. The finish on the neck is perfect. The aging is better than anything you'll find, and it's very realistic. It's not overdone like some of the custom shops can be, but it's also not underdone where, you know, you still feel like you're playing a brand new guitar. And I took a shot in the dark on this one, bought it on Reverb, and dude, I gotta say it's killer. I like it so much I literally bought another one yesterday.
I noticed that it's a little bit different right here on the neck, right?
Yep, the headstock shape is slightly different, and even the body shape, if you look close enough, is slightly different right here on the top horn there. If I hold it up, you might have a little better chance of seeing it, but just the way that this is carved is slightly different than a Fender. You know, Fenders aren't perfectly rounded here, but this one is a little less than, you know.
So it looks like a little more pointed than a
Super cool.
Right, so, you know.
And then even this little crack right here, supposed to be there, huh?
Of course. One right there, up here. And these aren't licensed bodies and necks from Fender. So he's not just getting, you know, licensed parts like some of the other like boutique builders are,
or something,
you know, and then just putting nice finishes on them. These bodies and necks are all cut to his specs. The pickups, I think I mentioned earlier, these are Lawlers that were custom wound for Danocasters, but he also partners with Ron Ellis, Buds with a Z, and Lawlers and Rocket Fire as well. So all of the pickups are hand paired to each guitar. He has different specs pickups that he likes for different weights and different body types, neck types, all that. So
he's
literally
got it all figured out.
Every single thing about this guitar is like handmade and like as boutique as the word boutique means. Like the attention to detail on these is ridiculous.
That is super
so
cool,
here
man.
I have the specs. So this one weighs 6.8 pounds. It's like stupid light.
That is, huh?
2-piece ash body, blonde finish. The neck on it is an 83C. So it's 83/100ths of an inch at the first fret, and it's a C shape.
Okay.
And all of the neck shapes that he has are direct copies of actual vintage Fenders that he has.
Okay.
So he has like a 56 Telly, and I'm sure that one has like a V on it. So like the 88 V that he does is like a direct copy of his 56 Telly. And he has, you know, a bunch of other old guitars that I know that he copied the necks exactly from. And then, yeah, the pickups, custom Lawler for Danocaster, and 5/16 steel saddles. So you have the 3 saddles on there, you know, like an actual 60 would have. And, yeah, this one was made on 9/12/2014. So this is an older one.
Nathan, let's plug it in. Give us a little bit. Let's hear it.
All right, so we're playing through a 1967 Black Deluxe Reverb. I'm going to just go through some of the switching. Like I said before, it's just got a standard 3-way, so it's just neck, middle, and bridge, and tone control for each. So here we go.
Sounds great. Nathan, thank you for bringing that in. That is a beautiful guitar. You're a great player.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Sounded
And
great.
thanks for checking it out. And, Danocaster T-Style Singlecut. One of the best tellies I ever played.
Thanks, guys.